y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. Got another one here for you, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody here.
Yes, boy, you a fella. I say you got me, man. That's what I'm saying.
It's your boy Tim Snow. Takes for the story family. Salute y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. Takes for the story family. Salute y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow.
Texas Prison Story family, salute y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow back here with another one. And this one is not my pleasure to do. I promise you this one's tough. If y'all paid attention to this channel, one thing I don't condone is abusing children, taking advantage of them and all that. As a man, as a single father of a beautiful daughter, it's probably the worst thing you can do in his life. And today we're going to talk about this sick, nasty, disgusting pile of you-know-what. This dirty, rotten, man, I can't think of enough words for this character, right? And they're thinking there's gonna be more charges filed too. This just dropped out, and I do have a little bit of the inside scoop, y'all. I was fortunate enough to talk to somebody that's related to the child involved, and it's horrible. It's horrible. I appreciate y'all share this video out on your Facebook. Let's kind of get this one out here, because this dude needs to be famous. And what I tell y'all all the time on this channel, y'all, this is not the life you want, right? Because you will have sick, nasty people like this taking control of your life, telling you when to go to bed, what to do, right? Well, let me tell you something. There's a lot of times when people get shook down, and guess what? Pictures of your children come up missing. Pictures of your wife come up missing. Things like that. It's people like this that are responsible. And as a prisoner, you can't do nothing about it. You can do something to that guard and get you a life sentence, or you can accept it. Some people will get that life sentence. Some people will accept it. Depends on a different person, right? And who it is. But this one here, oh no. That's right, Wayne. Oh no. This is foul. It's about as bad as it gets. Listen, we're going to make this man famous tonight. All right, for sure. Look at this. He's on the thumbnail. That's that clown on the thumbnail, named Emmanuel Brown. He was a prison guard working at Gibb Lewis Unit, Woodville, Texas. All right. If y'all in Woodville, Texas, Gibb Lewis, any of the surrounding areas, and you watching on your cell phone in Gibb Lewis, like I know some of y'all are, make sure you stay on them laws about this one, because man, this is their co-worker, and this is the type of people that they had there. There's been so many foul things happening in Gibb Lewis. From the sergeant letting the man burn to death on purpose. One guard was sleeping with a tranny while his wife worked the next shift. She caught him in there doing crazy stuff. Like, y'all, there's no honor among these people. And I don't mean to make it sound like there's no good ones, because there is. But this guy here, with 43-year-old Emmanuel Lewis, oh no. So we're going to get into it right now. All right, we're going to talk about it a little bit. It says Tyler County, that's Texas, obviously. Tyler County, Texas, has learned a former state correctional officer near Woodville is charged with 2 crimes, including distributing pornographic material to a minor and compelling of a minor. So it says the charges against 43-year-old Emmanuel Brown are not linked to his work behind bars as a correctional officer at the Gibb Lewis Unit. Chief Steve Drum of the Ivanhoe Police Department says the investigation began around September 10th. Brown was arrested September 17th in Hardin County, where he lives. Brown is jailed in Hardin County without a bond, charged with first-degree felony, and it wasn't compelling. I'm sorry, that's not what it's called. This one got me hot, y'all. Brown is jailed in Hardin County without bond, charged with first-degree felony of sexual performance by a child who was younger than 14, and the Class A misdemeanor of distributing harmful material to a minor. Drum says the alleged victim has ties to the Ivanhoe community, and the crime was discovered while the alleged victim was in Ivanhoe. Some messages have been brought forward that were sent to a juvenile that involved pornographic material. There's a communication under investigation to determine if the suspect tried to entice a child to engage in sexual performance. By law, that can be in person, on video, in a photo, or other means. That can be construed as sexual in nature. The chief says a joint investigation is underway by his office in Hardin County. He says there could be additional charges. Okay, well, I did get to speak to some people involved in this, and there's definitely going to be some, if they do their job properly, there's definitely going to be some additional charges. All right, and this is, let me explain something. I even seen pictures of the young girl. She's a 10-year-old child. Beautiful. Remind me a lot of my daughter, right? That's why it was so foul to see. This man was that baby stepdaddy. The stepdaddy. Whoever you least expect it to be, right? And if I understand correctly, they had joint custody between the real father and the mother. And this is the nasty scumbag that she picked to be around her daughter. They're anticipating more charges coming on the mother. Okay, so when those drop out, we'll talk about those more. But the sexual performance of a child, everything that I Googled and I read and all that, guess what? That means having a child touch themselves for you. Basically, a 10-year-old child putting on a sexual performance for you. How disgusting is that? Think about it. So you wanted a live freak show from a child? Man, you deserve to get whatever you got coming, man. And I tell you what, in prisons is not going to like you when you get there, buddy. Not at all. And guess what? They're going to be waiting on you. They're going to be waiting on you. Not only that, the good prison guards there, no, they ain't gonna take it easy on this guy either. Not even slightly. So it comes into the sexual performance of a child, which, like I said, basically means having a child do something to excite you. And there's also allegations that they provided the child with a sex toy. Think about that. What type of sick individual are you, man? You deserve whatever you got coming. Emmanuel Brown, 43 years old, of Ivanhoe, near Woodville, Tyler County. No, sir. No, sir. The only thing I heard good about this is he does not have a bond. Right? I'm so sick of seeing these weird, creepy, pedophile, disgusting, nasty victim makers, these foul-ass people get these bonds. So that's good right there. Because you know what? That young child is going to have emotional problems, going to feel like she busted up a family, she did all this. Children tend to blame themselves. Bro, you just ruined the kid's life, you sick, nasty piece of, man. You're disgusting, homie. You are disgusting. Any of the real prison guards that see this, guess what they're going to do? They're going to be spitting in his food. Yeah, they're going to be skipping his cell. All that. All right? He's going to have to go to PC. For sure. Whatever time he gets, he's going to be next to South Park Mexican. Guess what? Going crazy in solitary confinement. Mutilating himself. Feeling the pressure of solitary confinement for all these years, y'all. And I don't think not one person's going to feel sorry for him. Because in our reality, somebody like that deserves lethal injection. You deserve lethal injection. And the crazy part is there's other charges suspected to file out against. So I got to be careful how I say this, right? But the allegations are, there's no arrest, there's no indictment yet, but it's expected to drop out that the mother was participating. So guess what? You as a mother, if this is true, might even be worse than him. She might even be worse than him. Y'all let me know in the comments, who's worse? The mom that failed to protect her and possibly participated, or the person that did it? Because damn it, if a little kid can't trust her own mom to protect her, a real mom would jump in front of a bullet for a child. A real mom would fall on a knife. A real mom would throw herself in front of a train to push a little kid out the way. And you nasty wench, if this is true, you were participating, providing the child with sexual toys. I'll tell you what, one thing about it, them women prisoners, they don't like hearing that either, man. There's not too many things that'll get you in trouble in a women's prison, but that's one of them. Right? Selling out your own child, participating in something foul like this, ma'am, I hope you're in for a long stretch too. You know, what we don't need is the prosecutors in that little small city right there, or that in Tyler County, to allow her to be a witness and get off easy, because that's usually what happens. That's usually what happens. The woman usually gets off easy, and the man gets a life sentence or something. And I believe that's a first degree felony, so he's facing 5 to 99. If they drop in and give her some, and then they drop more charges like expected, she can be facing 5 to 99 too. So if you're watching this and you're in Tyler County, demand that these people get the maximum sentence. It's a small little area. Y'all end up knowing somebody on that jury. Tell them what happened. I hate to say it. Like, I'm not trying to taint a jury pool or none of that, but guess what? Fair is fair. Right is right. You ruin this young child's life. You got the rest of her family totally upset, probably feeling like they failed to protect her when really there was nothing they could do. Yeah, you deserve whatever you can get, man. I don't know how else to say it. Like, this is the biggest violation in the world. You're entrusted to raise this child. God give you this child. It's your job to protect it. It's your job to, feed it, make sure she's okay and everything else, and you allow this man to do it. I hope it's not true. I really do. Let me see something. Get that up out of there. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, no, this child, listen, I seen a picture of the child. The child is a beautiful 10-year-old girl. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And you know what? I hope the perpetrators of this crime, I hope they realize that, yes, they watch this show in every Texas prison. They got cell phones everywhere. They're all tapped in and tuned in watching Texas prison stories. And they'll have to explain this. So it's going to be double worse for him. Hey, he's a ex-prison guard and, arrested for crimes like this? No. There's only one thing that he can do. In Texas prisons, it's extremely hard to get the PC. A child sex crime does not make you eligible right away for protective custody. Not at all. But the damn prison guard thing might help him get it. But I'm going to be honest with you, our PC isn't like the other states. It's not like where he'll be walking on a rec yard with a bunch of other weirdos or anything like that. No, he's going to be in solitary confinement. Every single day, he's going to be scared. He's going to be back there in the ad sec. Every single day, he's going to be scared that door might accidentally pop and one of the real gangsters get to him. One of the real fathers get to him. Dude is in for a life of torture. Like, that's what it is. And there should not be a lawyer good enough in this world to get him a reduced sentence. And if a prosecutor, a judge, or whatever goes easy on this guy, vote him out. Get rid of him. Because that'll show you something that you don't want to see right there. Oh, it is literally disgusting, y'all. It's got me upset, and I can't believe it. Because when I seen the picture of the little girl, that's when I lost my cool. I was thinking, oh, hell no. Hell no. Because listen, when you read about it on the newspaper, you see it on the news, you don't get to actually see the young, sweet, innocent child that they did. And I did. And yeah, it's messing with me. It's messing with me. That's right. That's why they need to send them back to Gib Lewis. They really need to put them on the main line. Go and put them out there, give them 50 or more years so you can go G3, go over there to Gib Lewis, maybe send him to high security. He's going to be somewhat messed up. Because he's not going to walk in general population. Not at all. Not even slightly. He's got 2 strikes on his back right there. You know what I mean? So, this thing right here, this is about as horrible as it can get. And I want people to think about this, because this is what this show, you work the Gib Lewis unit, Amber. What this show is always about is what? This is not the life you want. At all. Imagine you, a prisoner inside of a Texas prison, with pictures in your photo album. Pictures of your children, your nieces, your nephews, whoever. And this weird, sick bastard comes in there and shakes you down and takes them. How you gonna feel, man? How you gonna feel? Imagine being a dude, that works with him. And you go shake a cell down with him and you see him snatching kids' pictures. How's that gonna feel? Like, it's just horrible. His name again, we're gonna say Emmanuel Brown. from the Gibb Lewis unit, Ivanhoe, Texas, Woodville area. This needs to get spread far and wide, because so far no mainstream media has picked this up that I've seen. I've seen one little article in a local newspaper on their website, and that's it. If this shit don't hit the news tomorrow, if this don't be all over ABC, CBS, NBC, if this ain't making that news, that's going to be crazy. Right? It's going to be absolutely disgusting. And I'm not sure if it will, y'all. I really don't. Every time something happens with these state agencies and their employees, it's like the media covers it up. It's almost similar to a conspiracy or something. And that's a damn shame. It really is. Sorry, man. This actually got me lost for words tonight, y'all. This man, and there's more charges dropping, so I can't really even speak on everything. That's the crazy part, right? Because, you know, legal reasons and podcasting and all this, you can't just start announcing allegations and shit like this that haven't been indicted or arrested yet. But they're coming. More are coming. So I guess that's why I'm a little upset. But I'm going to keep everybody updated. We're definitely going to talk about it as it goes. The family members are expecting the mother to be arrested also very soon. And it's just tragic. I want everybody that's watching this to pray for that young girl. Pray for the family that was not involved. Pray for that little community, because that's a little tiny community right there. You know, that girl's, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. The little girl's friends, things like that, because all this is it's going to make a big splash in a small community. There's no hiding this. There's no keeping it undercover, nothing like that. All right. And literally just ruin this child's life. And I don't think he cares one bit about that. You better believe he's in his cell right now with no bond. Don't care anything about that young girl. At this point, don't care anything about his wife. Nothing. You bet he's in there right now, shaking in his boots, scared to death, because he's an ex-prison guard now with a sex case going to prison. That's the type of selfish mentality that these people have. They don't care about nobody else, so they wouldn't even do something like this, right? The average person in this world wouldn't do that. First of all, you wouldn't want to. And hopefully if you did, you'd have some type of human restraint to go, nah, that ain't a good idea. But you got the fine few that know it ain't right, know they shouldn't do it, and still do it. That's the type of people I don't even feel like there's no rehabilitation for, right? Like everybody always said, SPM got 45 years. That's too long. How is that too long when you literally messed up somebody's whole life? His name is Emmanuel Brown. If you look on the thumbnail of this video, you'll see it. Let me see if I can get this to show. Can you see that? It might not. It's not. Look, it's not showing. Emmanuel Brown. That's his name. Yeah, I got him on the thumbnail for sure. And we're gonna try to spread this one out, because I guarantee I know this video is gonna go around East Texas. It's gonna go around Woodville, Ivanhoe, the whole Tyler County. We need to get it shared out on Facebook. We need to get this spread, man, because there's no excuse for this. There really isn't. And for you to be a state official, for you to be somebody in control of people's lives, do y'all think that's even a coincidence? I don't, because people like this are controllers, they're manipulators, narcissists, and all that. And guess what? That's the perfect job for them. If you're a control freak, narcissist, manipulator, what better job than a prison guard where you can tell people what to do? Think about that. Probably the same dude that's writing bad cases on people, probably ruining people's parole, probably doing everything foul you can do. I wouldn't doubt if he was sneaking shit in. There's no morals to you, man. You literally broke every code of human decency. You know, when you break any code, all the worst form of human decency is that, abusing children. And then you abuse one in your own home. It's possible he married that woman just to abuse that child. That's the type of shit these people do. It's premeditated. It's sick, right? Sometimes it's a crime of opportunity, sometimes it's premeditated. And either way, it's wrong. Bobo, what's up, Bobo? We're talking about a prison guard from Gib Lewis that just caught some foul cases against his stepchild, man. And they're expecting more charges to drop out, too. This is just the beginning of the investigation. And he's literally the scum of the earth, man. His name is Emmanuel Brown. He's 43 years old. Sloppy ass looking white dude. Sloppy looking goatee. Sloppy looking haircut. Looks disgusting. Everything about him looks disgusting. Everything about him sounds disgusting. Sounds foul. Bubba, I was telling him that these are the same prison guards that'll go in your cell, shake you down, and take your kids' pictures out your photo album. Like, you know how many times I've seen people get shaken down and miss stuff? Like, for real, pictures of their woman, pictures of their wife, pictures of their family. You know, we didn't always assume that it was on some straight pedo activities, but now I'm questioning every single time anything's ever come up missing. You know, now every time a prison guard takes a picture, is he doing it to be petty, or is he doing it for some type of sexual satisfaction? I can't even talk. Sexual gratification? My bad, y'all. Or like, is this like to satisfy his needs? Like, what the hell is going on here? Because that's common. You know what I mean? It's common to get shook down and miss stuff like this. Look, Bubba said he's seen guards hit up people's ladies from the mail. Hell yeah, for sure. Or when your woman comes to visit you. Guess what? Your mama come to visit you. You got these weird dudes that can't control themselves. And they got to hit on your visitor. You know, there's been time when these weird men that work in these prisons now hate you because you got a beautiful woman coming to visit you. It's just a foul experience, period. Jason, thank you for that. I appreciate it, man. It's just a foul get down. It's just a foul get down, right? All the way through and through. And I tell everybody, this ain't the life you want, man. It ain't. You don't want to be in visitation watching some guard flirt with your wife, flirt with your girlfriend, you know. And then guess what? Now he's writing you cases on the cell block because she didn't want to talk to him. She didn't want to give up the phone number. You know how many times these women have dealt with men, guards doing this to them, and they don't even come in and tell the inmate because they know the inmate's going to lose his mind and do something? Now let's take it to the next level. Imagine these sick creeps in there looking at your child. Imagine that. You sick, nasty bastard in there looking at your child. Wayne, thank you, my brother. I appreciate y'all. That's about as bad as it can get, man. And I tell you what, that'll cause them to get hurt. That'll cause a man in there to get a life sentence, death penalty, or something because of what they're doing. And they're never going to, the guard is never going to get held responsible for it, you know. But this one here, nah, like I said, if you live in Tyler County, y'all better spread the word and put a little pressure on that district attorney to go and take this one out. You know, I ain't no snitch, man. I ain't into seeing people get a ton of time or over sentence, but there's no such thing as over sentencing somebody for this type of shit at all, right? Fastlane say they'll crash out just by thinking of it. I know it, brother. Listen, when I heard this news and I seen the picture of that beautiful little 10-year-old girl, guess what? I had a beautiful little 7-year-old girl sitting next to me watching her phone, listening to her headphones, and all I could think about, man, what if that was my child? What would I do? What would I do? Because in our reality, listen, all of us say, oh, I would do this and I'll do that, but then we're removed from that child's life too. Let's just get on some grown man talk, right? If you as the father try to retaliate for what happened to this child, now this child ain't gonna have a nobody in his life. This child might be in foster care after that. This child might be living with family that don't want her. Like, it's not worth it, right? We need the system to start taking care of these people and start eliminating them. Because guess what? You can get caught with a small amount of drugs. My brother got 50 years for 10 grams of cocaine. While there were people on his unit that molested children that had 10s. You know what I mean? Like, something with the system has to change, y'all. Something has to change. And I don't know why it doesn't. I don't know why. 9 times out of 10, you know, they don't even consider touching children to be a violent crime. If they don't give them a black eye or they don't do all this, they don't even consider it a violent crime most times. How is this possible? Anything that can affect a child's life for eternity is violent. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's this sick, disgusting from the top up. While we got Greg Abbott and these people worrying about making CBD legal, why ain't they pushing for stricter laws on sex offenders? Wow. You know what I'm saying, Bobo? Anytime you want, man. But why are they not pushing for stricter laws, higher bonds, longer sentences for people that are attacking children, for ruining their lives? Because I'm going to tell you something. If you're a person that's never raised a child, if you never spent 24 hours, 7 days a week with a child, you'll never understand their innocence. You'll never understand how sweet they are, how gullible a child is, how much they believe you when you're the adult. And these people prey on them and take advantage of them and do all that stuff, man. Convict ballerina, salute. We got the famous TikToker in here, y'all. It's that's why I say it's one of the worst crimes ever. You know, I could talk my little daughter into running outside in the rain when it's 10 degrees outside if I wanted to. That's how much she loves and trusts her daddy. Would I be right for doing that? Hell no. Getting my daughter sick running out there. But what I'm saying is people manipulate these children, take advantage of their sweetness, their innocence, and they need to be handled very, very rough for that. Very rough for that. And you know, in the old days, they didn't protect these people in prison. They didn't have these units full of them. They mix them in with everybody. Now there is a couple prison units where they go to, but this man here, I seen somebody say something about Price Daniels unit. I really don't think he'll even be able to make it on Price Daniels unit because he's got the double whammy. My Facebook name is Tim Snow with no W, or I also got the Texas Prison Story page. But yeah, I don't even think he's gonna make it on Price Daniel for the simple fact because he's an ex-guard. Right? They can't even send him to the pedo farms because he's an ex-guard too. So the man is in for a life of torture. He's in for a life of solitary confinement. He's in for that. And I'm hoping like hell they drop these other charges out. Because that one right there is 5 to 99. The other one is a misdemeanor. But let me tell you something. That needs to be 99. I'm sorry to keep repeating that, but what else are we supposed to say? I appreciate it, y'all. Let me get to some of these comments real quick. Let me see what's going on here. Bobo, yeah, he got a 50, man, for 10 grams. Rest in peace to my brother. My brother got 50 years for a small amount of drugs and then passed away in a cell after he got a 5-year set-off. He was a SSI in segregation on Bill Clemens' unit. I want to say I lost my parole and got moved from the Valley up to Brazoria at Clemens' unit for whooping a guard. Yeah, that's bad. I'm surprised they ain't break something on you after it happened. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's what they'll do to you. Fast Lane say, you know why it don't change? Because they hide them type MFers and SIG once they get locked up. Never changes. Well, that's what I hope, though. I hope so, bro. I hope he gets 99 years and has to do it all in SIG. Because that's what he's going to go back there where it's a zoo. People going to be beating on their cell doors, yelling, screaming, kicking the doors, flooding the tears. Yeah, he's going to be in there going crazy. And when I say batshit crazy, he's going to be one of them. He ain't built like that, man. He's a prison goer. Ain't no way. At all. Let's see. Wayne said, I saw a guy running for Texas AG in one of those pet catcher videos. His platform to raise punishment for pedos. If he's down to raise punishment for them people, then we need to elect him. Real talk. Union Sparky say if it was black people committing the majority of those acts, they would throw the book at all my people. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I once believed also that it was a certain race, mostly white people, that was doing that and talking with the federal prison. And I seen a whole bunch of minorities on there with them child porn cases too. I really don't know the facts at all, and I'm not sticking up for nobody or persecuting nobody else, but I seen a wide variety of people with them cases. But I would say, yeah, the majority of them was probably white dudes. I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's embarrassing as a white guy. I have no idea what's going on, but that might have something to do with it. But I did see some of other, of other races in there, but it's disgusting. I don't care who's doing it. Man, that could be my own daddy doing that, man. My own brother, my own son, my own cousin doing that. And guess what? They can throw the book at him after I hit him with the TV. Yeah, I slapped his chair across his head, hit him with the pot and pans. You know what I mean? Because I ain't playing that, man. Not at all. Whack Deuce, what's up, cuz? Hope you doing all right. You got it, OG. Talking about the sick prison guard in Texas that got caught or arrested and arrested for violating his stepdaughter and doing some sick shit, and they're expecting more charges to drop out. And it's possible that more charges drop out against her mother too. Gross, man. I was telling him, Wack, that these are the people that you have in charge of your life when you go to prison, and why it's not the life you want. Wayne from a little spot in Tech City right here, cheap. BMW said, I seen him knock a dude's whole top and bottom grill out when he was on his way home and decided to buck. When the field bosses came and handcuffed him and beat the brakes off of him after he did 15 years. You know them field bosses, that's what they did back in the day. Man, they shoot you in the back and swear you ran off. Drag you to the line, man. Shoot you while you're over there pissing on the edge. Amber said, I'll never understand why these sickos don't get life sentences and they make parole faster. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand it. I really don't. Bobo's saying Mexico, it's okay if the parents okay. It's disgusting. So that's really what it seems like here, because we see more and more cases of the parents giving them up. The mama participating with it, not protecting the child. Because I'm going to tell you something. Woman or not, man or not, if you're doing that to my child, you got to go to sleep, man. You got to go to sleep. Guess what I'm going to do, like that movie Misery? I'm going to bust you in your ankles with a hammer or something. Like, there's no way. Convict Ballerina said, what I think what they have in common is poverty and lack of education. I don't know, because a lot of them are highly educated too. People like Jeffrey Epstein and them like that. You hear a lot of strange stuff from the wealthy, also highly educated, right? I don't think there is a common denominator that can be linked, if you want to know the truth. It's a little bit of everybody that does it. That's what I'm saying. Is it possible he's in GP in the county? I don't think so at all. Not even slightly. I'm sure he's already started in SEG in there. I'm sure he's getting a small taste. And if you want to know the truth, how about they probably got him in that turtle suit? They probably got that dude in that turtle suit because he was working in Gib Lewis, and he got to see for himself the type of people in them prisons. Gib Lewis is hardcore. Like, it's gangster over there, right? So what he's seen and what he knows of prison, he knows he ain't gonna make it. Oh, weirdo looking, dirty looking dude, man. He ain't no way he would make it on somewhere like Gib Lewis. And then guess what? He also knows what SEG is like. Here's the one thing that the family can enjoy. That man has worked on a prison where there is an ag SEG, where there's people going crazy, where there's people hurting themselves, where there's people banging their heads on the wall and loud and hey Tara, where there's people loud and like I said, just out of total control. And he knows that's what he got to look forward to. If he was going to prison on this case and he didn't know what to expect, he wouldn't be as stressing as bad as he is right now. Y'all think about that, right? Because he's seen what waits on him, and he ain't built like that. He obviously wasn't doing nothing gangster. He wasn't doing no hardcore. He just resigned, Convict Ballerina. He was a guard when this happened. He just resigned because of these cases, I believe. But yeah, he knows what's waiting for him back there. And that's probably got him stressed out. So I wouldn't doubt if he was in that turtle suit on Suicide Watch, if you want to know the truth. Stephen Rico say, hey Tim, it's my first time seeing you live, bro. Much love. I don't bang and represent a city, just not my thing. But I get it. I was gonna ask you, bro, you got a story of someone winning a heart check? Yeah, I got one of me winning. Well, winning. Hell no. Not winning. But a bunch of us handled it just fine, because that's what you gotta do. It's designed not to win, but if you fail, you're out of there. So you're gonna try your best, you know what I'm saying? When I was 18, I was facing 35. In the end, I took 6-year, 10-month plea on a manslaughter case. excuse, excuse me, y'all. My old partner on a separate case got 17 years for 5 grams. Now look at that. That's how unfair the system is. Absolutely believe it. Got 6 years, 10 months on manslaughter case, and your partner got 17 on 5 grams. All comes down to who you are, where you're from, how much money you got on an attorney, all to how the judge is feeling that day. Or if you get sentenced by the jury, how they look at you. Like, it's a roll of dice, man. There's no winning in this system. It seems like the only people that win in this system is them sickos like Emmanuel Brown, 43 years old, from Ivanhoe, Texas. Those type of people seem like they win, and that's the disgusting part of it. And that's also why some people always like, why the convicts hate these people so much. It's because they know they're serving these long bids and it's backwards, right? Got my brother in there 50 years for a small amount of recreational drugs, and some guy that might have ruined 3, 4, 5 children's lives in a violent way going home in a few years. Plus, these men miss their children. They love their children. They're not even there to protect their children anymore, and it eats them alive every day. And here these people like Emmanuel Brown come in. So yeah, it's not, nobody likes them, you know. And like I said, the prison guards themselves aren't going to like this guy embarrassing them. They're not going to treat him good because he was an ex-prison guard. Not at all. Like, that's out of there. So your heart check was in the gym, had plenty of room, didn't have to get in a cell. I don't know. Sometimes I think it might be better to be in a cell because you got they ain't got no room to circle around you and get on your ass is good. That's kind of, can be 50-50 depending on who you got on you. Oak Cliff, what's up, Oak Cliff? Yeah, but y'all, man, listen, this is the ultimate reason of why this is not the life you want. You know, I'm going to say it again. Think about it. Somebody that'll do this to their own stepchild, what will they do to you while you're in there? You know, people always ask me all the time. I upload them videos on Facebook. Make sure you follow the Text Prison Stories Facebook. Where were the guards at? Where were the guards at? While people getting taken out, unalive, people getting their brains busted. The guards somewhere minding their business, playing Uno and falling asleep. You know, and they're not there to protect you. They're there to count you and feed you. And that's what this guy right here, Emmanuel Brown, knows. Like, he's in for a life of ad sig. That's the only joy that I can take of this. And y'all drop in the comments. Let me know, how long do you think he's really going to get on these charges? And if more charges drop, what do you think's going to happen? Because we suspect more charges are going to drop. Y'all think they're going to give him 20 years, 50 years, 5 years? Surely not probation, I would hope. And for the simple fact that he's in with no bond right now. When he's in there with no bond, that means that local judge and that attorney is taking it serious. That's also a good sign for that. Wayne said 99. Jason said 40 plus. Yeah. Jose say 10 years. Man, I hope not. I ain't gonna lie, Wayne. I'm kind of, if more charges drop, I'll say 99. Where it stands right now, I'm going to say 40. I'm going to say 40 like they said. I ain't going to lie. That'll be 40, 3G, mandatory 20. But I feel like, in all reality, he should get the 99. That's why we're hoping that the future charges do drop out. You know, we want to see more come, because this little girl needs justice, man. Her family that didn't know about this and didn't participate in this. They need justice, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. These creeps make these kids victims, and it's not a one-time thing. You're a victim for life when this happens. There's so many side effects that come with this. Can cause these children self-esteem issues, cause these children anxiety disorders. It can cause so much shit that these selfish weirdo creeps don't understand. You know what I mean? So I hope right now, Mr. Emmanuel Brown from Ivanhoe, Texas, 43 years old, I hope like hell he's feeling that pressure. I hope he's in that turtle suit, y'all. I hope he's in that turtle suit. I hope they turn the AC down on him like always, and he's sitting in the corner shivering. You know what? I really hope so, because that's what he deserves. Maybe he'll get a long, drawn-out process, or maybe they'll run this quick. Because I'd really like to see him get on down the road. I'd like to see him get on down the road and enjoy ad sig. Straight like that. Go enjoy your ad sig. Go and listen to them crazies holler, beat on the door. The guards walking by, disrespecting you, calling you scum, because guess what? You broke their code, and you're now a criminal. You know, you're even worse than the normal criminals. Then they know what you did to a child. Yeah, I really hope that they run this case on them and get them on down the road quick, y'all. I don't want to see I don't want to see him sitting in county jail feeling safe. That's not what it is. That's not what he deserves. And if they do drop out the charges on the mother, like I've been told are probably coming, then I wish her the same thing. She'll be doing the exact same thing in a women's prison. Like, she will not be looked kindly, because them women are the same way as the men, but even more so a lot of times where they miss their children. You know, they're willing to show some retribution for this type of stuff. Women especially. So there's nothing good. And Wayne say he'll probably plead for 45, and that sounds more realistic, Wayne. I ain't gonna lie, it really does. Look, that's what we were just talking about. Texas need to be tougher on them chomos. Everywhere does. They all do, man. Like, this is one of the foulest crimes in our society right here. These children are innocent. They're pure. And there goes the word, Marsha, perverts. These perverts. That's the word I use every word to describe this man except pervert. That's the best word for him. That's that old school, you spit on you, yo, pervert. Nasty. That's what it is. Nasty. Disgusting. And, man, I just wanted to drop this out here, because you know what? When I do stories like this is how it ends up getting into the news. This is how the Houston news, the Dallas news. I've covered a lot of stuff that they probably weren't going to talk about, but guess what? They see this, people send it to them, and next thing you know, it's in the media. So if you're in the media and you're watching this, somebody send it to you, go on and run with this, man. And absolutely, he lost his man card. You ain't lying. He didn't even have one. Wouldn't that be awesome? They could wear a different color, different armband or something, huh? For real, for real. Listen, y'all, I'm going to slide out of here because it's late. And I'm gonna do an update on this. I'm going to keep y'all going, right? This is the information I had today. We're going to read it one more time, though. For everybody that just joined in, let me pull it back up. All right, it's Tyler County. We've learned that a former state correctional officer near Woodville is charged with 2 crimes, including distributing pornographic material to a minor. The charges against 43-year-old Emmanuel Brown are not linked to his work behind bars as a correctional officer at the Gibb Lewis unit. Brown is jailed in Hardin County without bond, charged with first-degree felony sexual performance by a child who was younger than 14, and a Class A misdemeanor of distributing harmful material to a minor. And she was 10 years old, y'all. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So I actually thought he was in Tyler County, but it's saying Hardin County. I messed up on that. He's in Hardin County, Texas. And it's a city named Ivanhoe. And all I can say is I hope you get what you deserve, bro. I really do. Y'all have a great day, man. Texas Prison Story family, salute.
Man, if y'all ain't subscribed to him, check it out. Texas for the story, family. Salute y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. Got another one here for you, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody here.
You asked me where you a fella. I say, you got me, man. That's all man I say.
It's your boy Tim Snow. Takes for the story, family. Salute y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. Takes for the story, family. Salute y'all.